and everything. I want to say, first of all, I want to say thank you to the church for letting me do this. Thank you to Fran as my supervisor. She helped get this going and everything. I want to say thank you to the library, the Salt Bay Library, and Donna, who's upstairs, and Kara Burton, who helped me get the projector. We didn't have the projector done, so thank those people. And yes, thank you for coming. Really, I hope you guys, have fun and eat a lot. Good food. So, I have actually a movie about food and how it's made. Yes. So, if you guys want to learn some Indonesian techniques or learn how to cook some of this stuff, because some of it is really hard. And if you can't see in the back, you can stand up. If you can't see in the back, you can stand up and move the chairs up so you can see.
No,
it is very labor intensive. This cooking is labor intensive, so enjoy.
Oh, I love it.
That's okay.
Wow, it's amazing.
And I'm going right into this.
Okay.
So you can put a lot of that. My uncle actually loves that stuff. So he piles a whole bunch on there.
Oh, yeah.
But it's usually about 10 times hotter.
I wouldn't try the tea.
This actually isn't that hot though, because you took out the seeds. It actually tastes really good. This is so
Green
good.
tea.
Yeah, I'll put the chicken. And then, this is like a cucumber salad that you put on the side. And ginger. Too expensive. They only read books from the kids are the only ones who read books, and they read them at school. And those books are way too old to read, or they're outdated. They don't have the right information. The library itself affects mainly the kids in the area, and also in the surrounding villages. There are over 3,000 titles in the library itself. Most are children's books. All books have already been read, and the key is to keep expanding. Our plan actually is to keep the library growing and also branch out so that we can reach out to more than just the surrounding villages. And also to start new libraries in those surrounding villages. We actually have started planning a new library in one of the big cities that is inside a kindergarten that is supported by a church. We've already bought shelves and some books for it, and we also are planning to get computers so that they can get connected into the internet. The computers probably that you saw in the movie are probably the only 2 computers in the movie. So our plan is to connect them to the internet and bring up some technology. That's pretty much it.
So how would we make a donation to the library if we wanted to do that?
There is the free will offerings over here. You can make out cash or make out a check to my mother. It's the easiest way. Make out the check to my mother. Yeah. And then we can compile it all together and send it all to each other.
One thing, I'm going to interrupt just for a second,
Yeah,
because I know we want to have question and answer, but those books that were shown in that picture were a result of the donation that was given from this church.
Okay.
And that's really important for everybody to know. That was at Christmas, and when we went back at Christmas, then we used that money and went to the bookstore in the capital city, and we bought books that the kids had requested. And if you didn't hear it exactly in the film, the kids were requesting books that were educational books. You can see an atlas there, but a lot of them are like science-related books, and they really want the educational aspect of it.
You can also give us donations by buying some. All of that goes towards the library. Any other questions?
what kind of expense are books? Maybe you could relate it in terms of how much a person makes in a day or a week, how much a book like that costs.
This is kind of hard. Books, actually, how does the money go? What's the exchange rate? I think it's like
It's
7,500. 8,500 per dollar. So, and there's about, and the books cost about.
even the cheapest books
Cheapest books.
are, well, I think a better way to put it is that sort of an average person not hope to feed or house or keep their family for a month. The only way that people there can actually survive is to have a lot of people living in one home and everybody contributing. They can't actually live singly
On their own.
or on their own
That's-
income. Because
I even had my childhood friend who lives just right across the street from us, and that on the other side of the street, on the other side of the house. Who I remember we always let him borrow my shoes that I already outgrown, just for him to go to church, because he didn't have any. They would run around those fields out there barefoot.
So Ian, if I give a $50 contribution, how many books can I imagine that might buy?
That's actually a lot of books. About 10, 15 books.
Because here I could get 2.
Yeah, we could get two. We could get a lot.
Yeah, it would be 10 to 15.
$15. I think the library gave church for the books that we had over there. Church gave about $250 or something, and we used those and we bought
Bags and bags.
bags. I mean, those were just about those books on the table, about 2 or 3 bags that we bought. We had another load again that brought over about 8 more bags. So sort of $50 goes way far there.
I was wondering, can the kids borrow the book and take them home to read
Yeah.
and then they bring it back?
Yeah. See, what happens actually? It's a lot easier for our library to actually let the kids borrow, because everyone usually in the village knows each other. Everyone knows each other. Like some of them are even extended like long family. So they would know. I mean, my uncle knows everyone. He actually ran for head of village at once, so he knows everyone. So when the kid comes in and says, I want to borrow this book, he writes it down, but he remembers the kid and remembers the book, and he's got a great book. So he knows everyone, so he can just say, all right, your time is up. He walks over, your time is up, I need to take that book back. But usually the kids, apparently kids go better at giving the books back, and some of them even just come from other villages and sit down and read for a while. Yes.
Anyone who would like to give a gift, if it can be given through the church, make it out to the Indonesian library. We will see that it gets to Jones.
Also, another mention about internet, they do have a little bit of internet, but it's only in cafes where it's usually always full and people smoke, so it's not really friendly to the younger children.
And these cafes are in the big cities, well, and long way from the villages, and you have to pay for them, and it's expensive.
And it's not secure at all.
And it's not secure at all. So